We start with the heavyweight champion of the world. Interim heavyweight champion of the world, in my opinion, the heavyweight champion of the world, Tom Aspinall. Tom, thanks for joining us, my friend.
Thank you guys very much for having me. I really appreciate it, as always.
You know, so I was, hey, chill. So I slid in Tom's DMs the other day.
Yeah.
You know how they say? I slid in his DMs. I'm like, Big Tom, can we speak to you? And then he was, didn't really want to talk at the moment. Then he texted me a couple days later, DC, I have something for you and Chael. Tom, you joined us. I appreciate it, man. How's everything going? What made you change your mind to decide that you wanted to say a couple things?
Yeah, everything's going great, man. I just finished at the gym. We just, I don't know if you guys are aware over in the US, but we actually, on our station, so you guys have UFC on ESPN, is that correct?
Yes.
So we have it on a show called TNT Sport, on a channel called TNT Sport. And before the numbered events, so the pay-per-views, we have a breakdown show. It's called Tom Aspinall's Fight Lab. So we filmed 3 episodes of that today. So okay. I trained at the gym this morning, filmed the 3 episodes, and I'm about to go back to the gym right after this.
Well, you're a busy man. It feels like you're training for something, but obviously it don't seem like you can, get the guy to fight. Tom, we're getting straight to it. I mean, what are we waiting for? It sounds to me, recently I saw an interview where it said you and Jon are aligned, and you guys have decided together to allow for the UFC to tell you what you're doing. Is that true?
No, man, Jon's retired. What are we talking about, guys? Jon, you guys don't follow Jon on social media?
I don't follow him on social media. He said that.
No, me too, actually. Me too. But the guy is living his best life. He's had a fantastic career. We all know. We know Jon's a religious man, so I want to say God bless him moving forward in what he does with his life and his career. And we move on. We move on. I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I'm ready to take on all comers, get this division moving again. Us guys have been waiting around too long. The contenders are getting sick of it. Everybody's getting sick of it. Even the fans are getting sick of this stuff. So Jon's retired, and it's time that we move on.
This is the greatest promo I've ever heard. He just announced his nemesis's retirement. And to add to it, Daniel, he wished him well. Now, that's not something you would do of an enemy. That's something you would do of a former foe. So perhaps we are in the presence of the undisputed champion. I mean, he said he was, after all. And let me tell you something that Tom is. Not only is he a champion, he's the active champion. I think they should talk about that. He's the only champion we got that wants to fight. He's the only one champion. He's the ready champion. He's the in-camp champion. He's the on-weight champion. I mean, not for nothing. He's the licensed champion. He got every damn championship you can have except the undisputed belt, Daniel. Our industry does owe Tom something better than we're giving him right now.
Tom, did you, Chael, I agree with you. But Tom, did you, you're announcing his retirement. He said that he wasn't sure, Tom, but obviously, he said you guys are aligned. You spoke and said the UFC is going to let you go. What's next? So when you guys were speaking about what the UFC is going to do, are you guys just kind of figuring out when he's going to announce the retirement and let you move forward and get the division going again?
Guys, come on. You guys are veterans of the sport. If one guy's thinking about retiring, he's retired.
Yeah.
I ain't thinking about retiring. I'm thinking about getting this division active, making the heavyweight division great again, getting these big fights in, fighting these contenders who are sat on the sidelines waiting for, over a year at this point. I'm here to fight, man. I have never... I see a lot of people online, and I know you guys have had debates about it. I know all the YouTube guys are debating about it all the time. I'm not looking to fight Jon Jones. I'm looking to fight for the undisputed heavyweight champion. That's what I want to be. I want to be the UFC undisputed heavyweight champion. I see a lot of people, comparing me to Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler waited for a long time for Conor McGregor and stuff like that.
Great.
I'm not waiting for one fight. I'm not trying to fight one guy. I'm trying to fight all the guys. I'm trying to be the guy at heavyweight who takes out everybody. And it doesn't matter who it is. Cyril Gane, Volkov rematch, Almeida, Derek Lewis, Brock Lesnar, whoever it is. I don't care. I want to fight everybody, and I want to fight as much as possible, get some excitement back in this division. And let's not talk about Jon Jones anymore, man. All the best. The guy's living his best life. Full respect to him. Wish him all the best in the future. He deserves all the money and success that he gets. And I'm the active guy. I'm going to fight somebody, and that's going to be announced pretty soon.
All right, Tom, let me jump in on that. I know that you were having a little bit of fun with us, but let me just ask you straight. You just said something. You just said, I am going to fight somebody, and that's going to be announced soon. You said that with a very different tone than you made some of your comments earlier. Are you telling us straight? Do you have something with the UFC? We can't discuss it, but is there something coming, an announcement for you and a title fight?
I can't announce that kind of stuff. You guys know.
I understand.
You guys know.
And let me tell you this. Tom, one thing that your division has not done is a great job. The guys haven't done a great job of saying, okay, after Tom and Jon, I'm next. But I assume that Surreal is. I know you and Surreal got some unfinished business. In your opinion, do you think that Surreal is going to get a real good look there, or do you think it could really be Derek or somebody else next for you?
Oh, it could be anybody. The issue is that the other guys don't want to fight anybody because they might be next themselves. They don't know what's going on at the top.
That's the problem.
And everybody else is scared to fight. You got Volkov there, you got Cyril Gane there, you've got Almeida there, you've got some other guys under those guys, and nobody wants to make the next move. The division is just completely stuck. And I'll tell you what, I don't know about you guys, I'm sick of this division being stuck. I'm there, I'm active, I'm ready to go, I'm training all the time, I'm getting better and better all the time. Just stick me in, man. I'm ready to fight all of them.
You know what? I guess that's the frustrating part for the consumer, and for you, it obviously has to be more frustrating too, because your prime years are kind of there and not being used. But also that point you made, everybody's like, "Hey, if I wait, the way that Jones is operating, I may get to fight Tom for the belt. So I don't want to take the risk of fighting someone else. So now the division is just staying there. Sure, we have heavyweight fights, but we don't have the ones that matter." We aren't seeing Cyril Gane. We aren't seeing Tom Aspinall. We aren't seeing Alexander Volkov. Any guy at the top that has a win streak is kind of sitting on their hands waiting, because there may be an opportunity for them to get a chance to fight for the Undisputed title if Jones does walk away from this thing. I know you told me separately from this, there's a bit of frustration on your side because you want to be fighting. What's that level for you? Because like you said, you want to fight anyone. But what's the level being of frustration when it doesn't seem to be happening? Do you think that those guys would fight you if they were offered that, and are they just unwilling to fight each other?
No, nobody wants to fight, man. I'm the only guy who wants to fight in the division. I'm just like, people keep trying to tell me what to do from the outside. You should fight this guy and fight that. Look, I'm trying to fight everybody, man. I'm trying to fight absolutely everybody. Everybody keeps saying no.
So you've essentially told the UFC, I will fight any of them.
I never turned down a frigging fight in my life. Never, and I never will. The day I start turning down fights is the day I'm going to retire. Yeah. That's when I start turning down fights. I'm here to fight people, man. That's what I do. That's what I'm put on this planet to do, is to train and fight people. That's what I've wanted to do since I was 10 years old. I've been wanting to be the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion since I was 10 years old, man. I'm 32 now. Jeez. Like, what are we doing? Let's fight.
All right, so Tom, I'm just trying to get this fact pattern down. Dana White wanted to build you and Jon Jones. They couldn't get Jon to the table. The UFC decided to move on and get you versus somebody else. But now we're finding out that somebody else isn't willing to step forward against you. Do I have this fact pattern, my timeline right?
You guys are going to see. You guys are going to see really soon, Bob.
Oh, man, we should.
This is exciting times for the heavyweight division, man. We get some movement. People are literally forgetting that heavyweights exist. Yeah. Nobody's fought for so long. Like, this is crazy. Like, they've got a guy holding it up. That's old news. That's old news. The active heavyweight champion is here to fight them all. Let's get it on.
Tom, it's kind of crazy, though, that the interim champ has as many title defenses as the actual linear heavyweight champion. Right. Chael and I had a good time with that last week on our show. Tom, I wanted to ask you this. This was one of the questions that I had. So many, when you fought against Curtis Blades, and then when you knocked out Sergey, there became this almost like uprising of people that thought that Jon Jones is afraid of Tom Aspinall. Jon Jones is afraid of Tom Aspinall. What do you make of that when you're seeing that? Because when they had that big, swell in support for you to fight him, and he started kind of lagging, but then you start having to troll and doing other things, it's a danger that the fans may start to go, well, we're not seeing either of them. What is your thought about people going, well, he's afraid of Tom Aspinall? Like, you don't believe, Tom, that Jon Jones is afraid.
Guys, why are we still talking about Jon? He's retired. He's done. I said a thing a long time ago, and you guys know me personally. I'm not a disrespectful guy.
Yeah, you're not.
But I said a thing a long time ago that I'm going to retire Jon without even fighting him, and
he did.
That's what's happened.
That's interesting. All right. I don't know if Jon has left the testing pool. I'm going to check on this. I feel like we've got an interview going on, Tom, but I feel like we also have a game of poker where we got to read body language and tone. I am leaning towards you. You do have something else. I am leaning towards that the Jon-Tom fight is not done, that there is somebody else that's going to get
Tom, what about when Chael announced that you guys had a date? And did you see that? You see Chael said everything is done to the date, the location is all set. Did you see that, Tom?
Well, I'll tell you something. I've got a date and a location. I've got a date and location.
It's true. I thought they were going to fight at Madison Square Garden in New York.
Well, that's what happens when you're texting with Jon Jones. Yeah. He's like lying to you like he's lying to everybody else. That's just what happens, Chael. Tom, you had a big announcement the other day. You were like, big heavyweight news coming. I've got a new sponsor. Why are you trolling people, Tom? Why are you trolling this man?
Guys, come on. You guys know that I can't announce my own fights. Let's get it right.
Yes.
Let me tell you about this. So the heavyweight news was I'm now sponsored by Champion. Champion's a big, massive brand globally. And they're bringing out a clothing line, heavyweight line. So I just put, look, and honestly, on every single post, I wrote on the comments, this is not a fight announcement, guys. Don't get excited. I don't announce the fights. This is not for me. I'm not doing some off-brand stuff here. Like this is not a fight announcement. But still, everyone wants to believe it is a fight announcement. So that has nothing to do with me. But listen, I'm here to fight people. I've said it multiple times. I ain't waiting around. I've got my mouthpiece is in my bag. The groin guard's ready. I've got my passport there ready to go. I'm ready to go.
If you were a matchmaker, if you had the power of the wand and you had to make a match for Surreal Gone, who would you match Surreal Gone up with right now?
Tom, be careful. Chael's working his magic. You better be careful, Tom.
Yeah, he's working his magic. Chael might make a few videos out of this answer, so I got to be really careful. I don't know. I don't like to make fights. I'm just a dumb cage fighter, man. Just give me the gloves. Give me the mouthpiece and let me go.
Oh, my God, Chael, you might be on something. Tom, but listen.
Almeida fight for a title next? Yeah. If you were a matchmaker, should Almeida...
Me personally, I would match Almeida with Gan or Volkov.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Let me ask you this, Tom. Let me ask you this real fast before we let you go. Last question, I promise. We won't keep you. You got to go train. So, back in the day, when you were on your way, Cyril Gane was fighting in Paris, had that massive moment. You're in the crowd, Tom. You're waiting like you went to get put over. You weren't the interim champion. You were Tom Aspinall, the up-and-comer on his way. Chael and I love professional wrestling. This was a moment to be made. You call out Tom Aspinall. You walk his butt into the octagon as the man that's getting his hand raised. It's your moment. You can almost big dog Tom Aspinall. Cyril Gane no-sells you. He lets you sit there with your thumb in your mouth, just sitting there with nothing to do. Now you're the man. Cyril Gane now wants an opportunity at you. Do you big dog him, or do you go, okay, my ultimate get back to you is to kick your butt?
I'll kick his butt the same as everybody else.
Were you disappointed that he didn't call you in? Like, get in here, Tom Aspinall. I'm going to kick your ass next.
I was in Paris, like that's his place. I would have got booed. I would have got booed out of the arena, but that was fine. Like I was there for it. But listen, it worked out good for me in the end. I ended up fighting Pavlovich. I got a new contract. I got a big knockout. I got the interim title. Defended it. Like it worked out pretty good. So I ain't complaining. Yeah,
you should we are both in agreement that you should no-sell him now. I would make him win 10 fights to get a title fight if I was you. I'd be like, nope, you want to do me like that? You disrespect me? This is my way of getting you back.
True.
the way it is. Tom.
Nah, this
Tom,
not
this was a
my style isn't that.
Tom, this was a treat. This was a treat to have you. And
awesome.
you are the active champion, and I'm glad something's about
yeah.
to work out for you, pal. Thank you for coming on.
We appreciate you, Tom. And listen, Chael and I will take you to school. You want to annoy Jon Jones? Talk to us. We know how to do it to get him to fight you, Tom. Have a good training session, champ. You're the man.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
You're the man.
Soon. Bye-bye.
All right, buddy. Chael. Tom Aspinall. Hey, dude, giving us some time on a Monday morning, man. Now, nice guy. But more than anything, he seems frustrated, Chael. Just frustrated and done with it.
Yeah. And Daniel, I mean, playing poker with him and trying to judge by his tone and body language, but there was something in there when he said there's an announcement. He made it clear that he does have something and he didn't want to step in it. I think that's Jon Jones, just because I don't think there's anything else for Jon. But he started to pull me in the direction of, no, he legitimately does have something else.
Yeah.
And there was even a way that he answered the surreal question that leads me to think perhaps it's surreal gone, but that he wasn't overly excited for surreal. And I would just imagine in Tom's shoes, if in fact, I know he was having some fun with us in that interview, but if I was to kind of take him at his word and say he's moved on from Jon and he's got some other announcement, I would imagine there would be disappointment for whoever's name came out of the hat if you thought you were going to have the biggest fight in history against Jon and that fell apart.
It's frustrating for him. It's frustrating for the consumer. It really is frustrating for everyone to not be getting this fight right now because it still feels like the biggest fight we can make. Chael, I know that Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira is a big fight. Islam versus Jack is a massive fight.
Definitely.
But a heavyweight title fight between these two dudes is still the biggest fight we can put together. Yeah. I don't care that everybody's going, oh, well, it's lost this and it's lost that. To put Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones is the biggest fight the UFC can make on any calendar for the next 2 years. Until Jon is like old and washed up at 40, 41 years old. He's 38, 39 years old and 40. It'll still be the biggest fight we can make if we don't come to it soon. So I know he's frustrated. I'm more frustrated with one thing that he told us, Chael, and that's the idea that no one else wants to fight because that's true. That's the problem. No one else is fighting. They're all waiting because I think that I would have taken the same approach, though, if I'm Volkov, if I'm Surreal. I'm like, man, I know that this dude Jones is not giving me the idea that he's going to fight. I'm going to wait because if I wait long enough, Tom's going to need somebody to fight. And there will be some form of the heavyweight championship on the line when it happens.
It's so obvious that you're going to have to deal with that problem. And Daniel, it never crossed my mind. It's right in front of our eyes. Yep. I didn't know it until Tom said it. Mm-hmm. I have wondered, why isn't Curtis Blades and Almeida? Why isn't Volkov and Surreal? Why aren't these guys booked? Why aren't these guys calling each other out or even calling for the backup position of the Jones-Tom fight? Like, why is the heavyweight division not doing anything? And then he cleared it up for us.
Yep,
he said, because there's so many guys who sit down with their managers and say, hey, wait a minute, if Jon doesn't come to the table, you could be the guy. So let's not take any fights and screw this up, Daniel. It's happening in front of our face. I didn't see it. I didn't see it till Tom said it. Yep. He is annoyed, and he said a lot of really good things there. And we have a current champion in Jones that isn't excited to fight. Like, you get 3 fights a year. He's never taken that deal, and he's just not as excited to fight. And then you get Tom that says, man, I want to fight them all. I want to fight anybody. Mm-hmm. That is refreshing. I don't believe we're going to get to that point. I mean, Jon isn't officially retired. I'm just sharing with you. There is a refreshing juxtaposition within the attitude of the younger, hungry guy that hasn't had all those belts and hasn't had all those pay-per-views and still has that dream. I really appreciated seeing that dream.
What's the money also? The money, the life. Because for Tom Aspinall, it's been a year he hasn't fought. Tom Aspinall's not making so much money that a year goes by and you don't go, well, man, I want to make some more money. I need to refresh this bank account. It's the way it works. It's just the way it works when you're in your prime and you're fighting. He is almost at a point where he has to be almost dismissive of the idea that those guys are supposed to fight. And that's what he's doing. He's given us this idea that he doesn't care. I'm over it. I'm moving past it. And that was one of the things that him and I spoke about when I did message him. While he wasn't ready to come on and do an interview at the time, he did state to me how frustrated he was with the idea that he's not fighting right now against anybody. He wants to fight Jon Jones. He might say he doesn't. He wants to. He doesn't believe Jon Jones is afraid of him. but he's frustrated because he can't get any fight. This is a man at 32 years old that if you look at fighting life, not at heavyweight, but in most instances, 35 years old, you're starting to kind of go here. He's got 3 years to cash in. He's got to get to fighting.
It's true. It's true. Look, he can't kill a year. And I was telling you that I think he's going to fight in New York in November. But just to remind you, the last time he fought was in New York in November. And not for nothing, but whenever this fight gets announced, that's almost a best case scenario right now. If they were to announce this fight at International Fight Weekend, it would probably be for November. And my only point is your point, which is a year between matches when you're at his skill level and you're at his earning level, because it is his job. Yeah, it's a tough spot. He's got a right to be pissed off, and he was pretty angry. I mean, he really was pretty angry. He wasn't cursing, but you could hear that in his tone. He's got a frustration with everybody. He's got it with the office, with the division, with Jon Jones. He's got a frustration right now, and I think we understand why.
And rightfully so. He's a nice guy, right? But you could feel that edge a little bit with Tom Aspinall there. Like, He's doing this because he wants his message to get out to the world, and there's no better place than this. But also, he wants you to see in his face, hey, I'm ready to move on, guys. And I know you support me in this fight with Jones, but maybe it's time for you to support me in a fight against someone else so that I can get active. And then we deal with the Jones thing whenever we get to it. That's crazy. It's a bit of a mind game, right? Like, and it screws with the mental a little bit. It is unexpected that we aren't getting what we want so badly.